now it's empty.
Hold on, I've got this.
Oh?
I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
Thank you. Hey, Veronica, you should look more presentable. Why don't we switch clothes and you could wear this Tesla outfit? I'm sure it'll impress them.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
Well, I mean, the Tesla armor is heavier,
Hey,
but...
I can't really move now, but I'll follow you in spirit.
Oh,
hey,
got you.
I can't...
All right, there we go. Come on. I think they'll really like that Tesla armor. Oh, what's this?
To Head Scribe Taggart, Blueprint number 155. We've been assigned to gathering the parts for the Hotshot Sentry blueprint, but it's proving a little impractical. We haven't found a single one of the R41 heating elements it requires in working order, and the custom heat shielding is totally absent. It looks like the heavy-duty Sentry upgrades weren't rolled out around Vegas, probably because it was too far from the front line. I've got the men looking for civilian parts we can repurpose in the meantime. We've gathered up the elements from a stack of toasters, and we've managed to get a couple of suitable-looking ashtrays for heat shielding. I hope they're suitable. I'd give my right leg to have a hot shot up and running again.
Alright, they seem to know they're robots. Come on. Let's go meet your family. Hello.
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around here, and I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the second level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
Alright, thanks. I guess we'll go talk to the Elder right away. Let's go. What's that shooting sound? Do they have a range down here? Oh, yep. This is the shooting range. Man, those weapons are really loud. Alright, let's go talk to the Elder. Here we go. This is it. Hello? You're the Elder?
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast this as well.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
What? I would... okay, I'll give you a minute. Come on.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through Head Scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
Good intentions don't justify marching the Brotherhood to its death.
No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind.
You think the Elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
What could we bring to him that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
Okay, so what is it you're trying to accomplish?
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're going to survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
Yeah, that's an amazing idea. How would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's go find some tech and prove it to him.
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
Yeah, but hold on. I still need to talk to the Elder and the others just to see how I might be able to help. But you don't have to talk. I'll do all the talking, okay? Elder, can we speak again?
When you first came here, I'll admit, I didn't know what to expect. But after giving the matter some thought, I believe an outsider would be of great help to us. I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be granted access to leave this complex. There is much the Brotherhood can offer. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
I feel like you're only saying this because Veronica vouches for me, but okay, I'll help you.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, you being one of the very few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or to retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing. Up until now, we haven't disclosed this information. I need you to find out what's happened with those 3 patrols.
I already found a couple of your patrols. The paladins are all dead.
This is horrible. Had I known things would be like this, I would have done things differently. I need to tell the others. Still. There's still one more. There's one more patrol left. I need to know what happened with them.
All right, I'll begin looking immediately.
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape. These holotapes had information regarding their mission, and you can use these to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but the position should show on your map once you reach the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring me each of the holotapes from all 3 patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of our equipment. You still won't be able to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful for you.
I appreciate it. I'll let you know what I find out.
Found the missing patrols, or was there something else on your mind?
I found at least one of the patrols. All of the paladins were dead.
This is horrible. Had I known things would be like this, I would have done things differently. I need to tell the others. Still. There's still one more. There's one more patrol left. I need to know what happened with them. Return when you found them.
Okay, I'll keep looking.
Found the missing patrols? Or was there something else on your mind?
I was hoping to speak to you about other matters.
I can spare a little time. What did you want to talk about?
Can you tell me about the lockdown?
It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we should stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area. Also, we now only have half the number we did at Helios. So, the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be certain death.
Then you're doomed to be trapped in this bunker forever. How do you even get supplies?
We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what's required. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection.
Yeah, I saw that sandstorm on the surface, but only occasionally. What's up with that?
It serves as a camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners.
Oh yeah, Storm City had something like that. Alright, bye.
We'll talk later.
Come on, Veronica, let's go.
You've been outside. Is the NCR really still hunting us?
I mean, not specifically, but I'm sure they would attack you if they saw that power armor.
Only a few people get to venture outside, usually to trade for food.
Oh, that's why Veronica was out there getting groceries. Whoa, that's a lot of holotapes. I'm gonna look through these. Oh, these are Brotherhood chapter analyses. This is all of the chapters of the Brotherhood.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. West Coast. Chapter. West Coast. Command. High Elder Rhombus. Operations. Lost Hills, California. Status. Besieged. Notes. The West Coast headquarters is supposed to command all of the Brotherhood of Steel, even though some elders of other factions choose to disobey the Codex and act autonomously, leading to numerous schisms. Unfortunately, the West Coast suffered many defeats in the NCR-BOS war, resulting in their remaining strongholds being surrounded on all sides by the NCR. The West Coast resides in enclave territory in a disputed stalemate against the NCR.
Wow, they still claim to lead the Brotherhood despite having so little territory. I'm guessing they survived the war with the TSC, although it certainly didn't help.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Circle of Steel. Chapter. Circle of Steel. Command. Unknown. Operations. Unknown. California. Status. Undercover. Notes. The Circle of Steel isn't strictly a chapter, but it holds a unique position by being the effective policing branch of the West Coast to ensure the other chapters are staying true to the Codex. The Circle of Steel are the few enforcers of the West Coast authority, and so naturally, as we in the Mojave have held true to the Codex, we have seen very little of them, aside from our own Christine Royce, who was recruited to join them.
I didn't realize the Brotherhood had their own fucking secret police? What the fuck? Apparently even this chapter only knows of one of them, and that's because she came from here.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Capital. Chapter. Capital. Command. Elder Sarah Lyons. Operations. Washington, D.C. Status. Treacherous. Notes. The capital chapter was sent east to secure the technology that surely resided within the former capital of America. However, in their arduous journey eastward, Elder Owen Lyons felt compelled to betray the Codex. Instead of securing technology safely for a better future, he instead directed his chapter to combat a plague of a novel strain of supermutants for the sake of ordinary wastelanders. They secured only the technology that helps them accomplish this end, including Enclave tech, resulting in them having more territory than even the West Coast. They represent a threat to the future of the Brotherhood.
Wow, ironic that despite them helping people, they managed to get more technology than you guys.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Outcasts. Chapter Outcasts. Command Elder Sarah Lyons. Operations Fort Independence, Virginia. Status Disaffected. Notes. The Outcasts are a rebel faction that schismed from the Capital Chapter when the Capital Chapter betrayed the Codex with their humanitarian efforts. As such, the Outcasts idolize the ideals and practices of the Brotherhood proper, and they desire nothing more than to gain recognition from the West Coast. We don't know of their fate in the Capital Wasteland, or whether they are even there anymore due to their hostility with the Capital Chapter that dominates that region.
Yeah, these were the traitors to the traitors. Last I heard of them, they had schismed. Some of them joined the Maddox Accord, and the rest went west to do their own thing.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Appalachia. Chapter Appalachia. Command Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty. Operations Fort Defiance, West Virginia. Status Destroyed. Notes. The Appalachian Chapter was the first chapter formed outside of the West Coast, and it consisted of former soldiers of the U.S. Army that were organized by our founder Maxon himself, via satellite communication. They reported directly to him as well. Unfortunately, in 2095, they were all annihilated by a deadly plague they called the Scorched. Since then, Vault dwellers from Vault 76 have claimed Fort Defiance and their assets, with some of them even claiming they represent the Appalachian Brotherhood. But it's been a long time since anyone has heard from them.
Well, I guess that was a waste of time.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Texas. Chapter Texas. Command Unknown. Operations Carbon, Texas. Status On Standby. Notes. The Texas Expedition was a crusade organized by High Elder Rhombus to eradicate a surviving group of supermutants from the Unity that threatened to unearth the Secret Vault. Despite the carnage that resulted from Rhombus's personal crusade, the mission was ultimately successful, and Texas supposedly still holds a contingent of Brotherhood watching over the area.
Oh no, I wonder how many guns they got. Not as much as me.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Midwest. Chapter Midwest. Command Unknown. Operations Chicago, Illinois. Status Autonomous. Notes. The Midwestern Chapter was sent to the center of the continent to track down a surviving group of supermutants from the Unity to see what technology was dormant there. During their time there, they recruited, conquered, and assimilated much territory due to their incredibly militaristic structure, more territory than any other chapter. They allowed mutants of any kinds to join their ranks, as they needed all of the allies they could to defeat a monster of technology known as the Calculator, something even the treacherous Capital Chapter refused to do. However, since then, Midwestern mutants have become second-class citizens, with mutant paranoia running rampant.
It's scary to think that there's a region out there where the Brotherhood are just the dominant power. For what it's worth, it doesn't seem like they're all that bad. They might just be like the NCR.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis. Mojave. Chapter Mojave. Command Elder Robert McNamara. Operations Hidden Valley, Nevada. Status Isolated. Notes. The Mojave Chapter, us, is currently undergoing a period of enforced isolationism for however long is necessary until such a day, hopefully, where we can bolster our numbers enough to take on the NCR or re-establish communications with the West Coast. In the meantime, we are compiling these analyses on every schism in the Brotherhood of Steel, so that if our scouts can find help from a fellow chapter, we know whether they can be trusted.
I wonder which chapters they would trust and which ones they wouldn't. Definitely not the capital one.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis, Montana. Chapter, Montana. Command, Elder Patroclus. Operations, Montana Bunker, Montana. Status, unknown. Notes. The Montana chapter was sent northward for reasons that have been lost to us. Perhaps there are intact records in the West Coast, but only a few scouts seem to have even heard of this chapter. Apparently, Elder Patroclus was friends with Elder Owen Lyons from the Capital chapter before its founding, so that is not a promising sign.
Okay, that's not much to go on, but I guess they're probably fine.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis, Colorado. Chapter, Colorado. Command, Elder Guile. Operations, Boulder, Colorado. Status, isolated. Notes. The Colorado chapter is located in the city of Boulder on the edge of Legion territory. They are isolated much like our chapter, though their opposition took the form of a plague, not the endless armies of the NCR that we faced. Their plague isn't supermutants, but rather the Seltsam syndrome, a virulent strain of the pre-war disease known as the New Plague. It survived to this modern day due to some containment technology, so it's good that the Brotherhood is there to secure it.
Wait, the New Plague is still around? That's really bad. Huh, they don't have the Storm City chapter listed here. I guess they must be a newer one. They were pretty small.
Brotherhood Chapter Analysis, Crusaders. Chapter, Crusaders. Command, Domina Tasha Weaver. Operations, Portland, Oregon. Status, treacherous. Notes. The Crusaders of Steel are a traitorous group in the frontier, composed largely of disaffected Brotherhood members from various chapters, including the Midwest, West Coast, and Mojave. Their leader, Weaver, was formerly a paladin of our chapter who disobeyed the Codex and took a contingent of our forces with her after the humiliating defeat at Helios 1 by the NCR. She claims to have seen a higher power than the Codex, that of God. Don't be fooled. Perhaps she truly thinks she is a prophet straight out of pre-war Christianity, but her words have deceived many of our weaker-willed members to question their loyalty to the Codex and unite under the same banner, so much so that they foolishly trek to the snowy wastes of the frontier.
That's interesting. On one hand, if they're religious, then they might be worse than the Brotherhood, but it might be good to get away from the Codex. Be cool if I could meet them sometime. Okay, let's keep looking around. Wow, this bunker's pretty dark. Nothing in there.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Why should I trust you?
Why should you trust the Elder? I'd recommend listening to both of us, and choosing whom to trust for yourself. So are you willing to listen?
Sure, go ahead.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
How do you propose to do that?
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
What do I get out of helping you?
If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough?
I'll see what I can do. This could maybe be a backup option if I can't convince McNamara to change his mind.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Hey.
What is it, outsider? Have you discovered anything?
I wanted to ask you some other questions.
If you must.
I can see you guys didn't paint the helmets like you did the rest of the armor. So what do you think of the lockdown?
It's a travesty is what it is. Every second we sit on our hands down here is another second that we're not fulfilling our sworn duty.
Why do you dislike McNamara so much?
It's not that I dislike the Elder, but I strongly disapprove of his current style of leadership. We're safe, yes, but at what cost?
And what would you do if you became Elder then?
After lifting the lockdown, the first thing I'd do is send scouts out to recon the area. We need to know what's going on out there. Next, I'd resume patrols in the near vicinity, and begin sending search teams out to the spots the scouts reported were relatively safe. It's standard procedure when a chapter relocates to an area, but standard procedure wasn't our last Elder's style, either.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Why don't you tell me about your last Elder?
Elijah was a strange one. His even becoming Elder was highly questionable, seeing as how he was a scribe. Typically, only paladins are eligible. But an exception was made in his case on account of him being a genius. Unfortunately, whatever scientific acumen he had didn't extend to tactics. Trying to defend Helios was a blunder of the worst kind, and many brothers lost their lives because of it. Many of the senior paladins, myself included, advised him to fight a retreating action, but he refused to budge. Said he almost had it working. We never did find out exactly what he was talking about. When the perimeter was finally overrun, the Elder had simply vanished.
Ugh, coward. Tell me about the battle at Helios?
Helios was the worst goddamn action I've seen in a long, long career of fighting.
I can imagine. Bye.
What is this?
Hi?
Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Ugh, whatever you say, assholes.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
Yeah. Well, let's start looking around talking to people.
Hard knows his life to McNamara. That's why he won't challenge him outright.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
How may I assist you? Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell. It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
Something wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
Why's that?
One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, wait, why aren't there any patrols anymore?
Oh, there are patrols, just not exploratory ones. We've been in a state of lockdown for, well, let's just say it's been a while. The only time anyone gets to go topside is guard duty, or to gather provisions. Other than that, it's steel walls and fluorescent lights for us.
That's horrible.
Nah, it's not so bad. The world outside isn't exactly a paradise, you know? Still, you can only breathe recirculated air for so long. We've got more than a few people in here who are going a little stir-crazy.
I'm sure that doesn't make for great decisions. So, what do you think of Hardin trying to get McNamara dismissed?
I don't have time to think about silly things like politics right now. My main concern right now is getting this blasted data store up and running.
Okay, what kind of information is in the data store?
Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
Interesting. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, the clinic. Hello.
Hello there. You must be the outsider everyone is talking about. I'm Linda Schuler. If you ever need medical attention, come by our facility.
Oh, I appreciate that. So you're a doctor?
Yes, I handle all medical needs in the bunker. If you're ever wounded, I can treat you, for a fee. Normally I'm just the medical officer, but my duties say otherwise.
Well, what services can you perform?
We have equipment here to treat most physical injuries, lacerations, broken bones, that sort of thing. We also carry a full supply of antitoxins. You may have noticed the bark scorpions up above. Though tiny, their venom packs quite a punch. Treating scorpion stings is my most common procedure. I can also treat any form of radiation sickness, no matter what stage. Save the last.
Of course. You mentioned other duties you had?
Huh. I'm this bunker's head scribe in everything but name. I supervise the research teams, I collate the reports, I attend the meetings. But for reasons beyond me, that buffoon Taggart still gets the title. Oh, and don't get me started on that little pet of his. Ugh, everyone around here knows what's going on there but her.
Why not tell on him?
Oh, I tried. The Elder listened patiently to my carefully constructed argument regarding why the buffoon should lose his position. Then he just as patiently explained to me that Taggart's work was vital to our cause, and that he wasn't to be trifled with lesser matters. Vital to our cause? Ugh. Hardly.
Wow, so apparently some creep behavior or maybe even outright predation gets a pass at this chapter. Ugh. Let me see what medical supplies you have.
I suppose I have a few things around that I can spare.
I'll take some super stim packs, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
I should bring Delilah here next time. Maybe this doctor can teach her some things.
I eat human flesh, and I vote...
That's not relevant at all.
Flush twice. McDonald's is a long way down the road.
Mick, what now?
If you're happy and you know it, spank your meat. If you're happy and you know it, spank your meat. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, spank your meat, squirt, squirt.
I suppose that is somewhat clever.
Life is like a When it's soft, you can't beat it. But when it's hard, somebody is going to get f***ed.
That's actually pretty insightful. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
No lifeguard on duty. Swim at your own risk.
I... I don't think that's enough water to drown in.
Here I sit, broken-hearted, paid a dime, and only farted.
You could do better than that.
So this is what it's like to drive a day truck.
I don't get it.
Insert baby for refund.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how any of this works.
Doc Schuler is a lifesaver. I was hurt in training the other day and she fixed me right up.
Yeah, she should really get that title.
Help! The paranoids are after me!
Maybe you're the paranoid one?
I just wrote on the wall, take that, society.
This is literally like one of the most one of the most simple forms of civil disobedience there is. Okay, calm down.
Lost. One science teacher. Last seen at last week's experiment.
That's ominous.
How may I assist you?
If you love your man, have some class. Don't write it where you wipe your ass.
Okay, yeah.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. Peace. Flush it anyway, hippie.
Hey, water conservation sounds like it might have been a good idea.
There was once a man from Nantucket whose balls were made of brass, and when they clanged together, lightning shot out his ass.
Okay, that's just funny.
Dear God, sorry for all the jerkin', but if you would send a little beaver my way once in a while, I wouldn't have to. Amen.
That's some old-time slang. It's nice to feel like the Brotherhood are just like everyone else. Graffiti on their bathroom walls.
How may I assist you?
Oh, hello.
I'm a little busy right now.
Nice goggles. Who are you?
Scribe Wanda, I'm just a low-level scribe that keeps defenses maintained. Is that all?
What's it like being in the Brotherhood?
I don't agree with all of the Elders' decisions, but it's not my place to question them. I follow orders and keep my head down.
Okay, but what do you think of the political situation in the Mojave?
The NCR's victory is assured. The question is whether the Brotherhood can carve a place out in the new order or not.
We'll see. It depends on the Elder, honestly. You know, you don't actually seem that busy, but your mind is clearly preoccupied.
Transparent as always, Wanda. Well, yes. We send people out on scouting missions sometimes, but I'm just worried about 2 of them. But they're all the way up on the road to Jacobstown, so I should just stop worrying about it. Goodness, I've said too much.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Bye.
Steel be with you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go check that range out. Hello.
The word came down from the Elder that I'm to offer you some of our lesser wares, as if I didn't have any other matters on my mind.
Well, show me what you have for sale.
Our patrols are always bringing more stuff in. Take a look.
Okay. This fair trade, don't you? Thank you. Anything I can help you with?
If you must know, My inventory check this week shows that our weapon count is one short. Somehow we're missing a laser pistol. Hardin will have my head if I don't find that weapon soon. I can't delay my report to him any longer.
I could look around for the pistol.
If you happen to find it, bring it here right away. I might be able to throw some supplies your way if you do.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Savior, renowned for your extensive support and goodwill, the NCR considers you their savior. Because you sold their porn magazine to the Brotherhood quartermaster.
I'll let you know if I find that pistol.
General Atomics User Manual, Mr. Orderly, Prototype Portable, Auto Dock. Error, file truncate, continue. For use in field combat environments, the Mr. Orderly Surgical Circular Saw can be upgraded to function as a heated, self-cauterizing implement to reduce the risk of infection and sterilize operation sites automatically. The upgrade module comprises a medical-grade bone saw and a basic hot plate affixed to the side. Due to the high temperatures involved, care must be taken to avoid burning hands or fingers on the side of the upgraded circular saw whilst it is in operation. Please do not store a Mr. Orderly so upgraded in or near any locations used for storing flammable goods. Revision 0.2a Note. Attempts to use a cauterizing saw to perform culinary tasks may result in damage to the unit and are not covered under warranty.
Huh, never heard of a Mr. Orderly. Must be a specific type. Oh! Hello, this is pretty.
This is a modified service rifle that seems to have been coated in bright paint only a few years ago in a sort of pattern from the old world. The owner might be nearby. Perhaps they'd be willing to sell it?
Hey Torres, what's this?
The quartermaster explains that this gun was left behind by a prominent member long ago, who left the Mojave Chapter for the honor of joining the Circle of Steel, which is almost unheard of. She did have to leave her girlfriend behind though, and so too did she leave this gun with the colors of their love. 500 caps.
Yeah, I'll give it a good home. Deal. Lesbian gun. Nice. I like the colors. Come on. Oh, hello.
If you're planning to take Veronica with you, be sure to have a good pair of earplugs with you. I'm kidding, Veronica. Put the power fist down.
You know, you would have deserved that punch.
There are whispers that McNamara's lost his nerve. I can't believe that. Not after what he did at Helios 1.
I don't see that paladin Torres mentioned. I should go look for him. Maybe down here? Wow, I didn't realize they had beds down here. Oh, you! What are you doing sleeping?
Welcome to the range. Feel free to use any open lane.
Oh, you're supposed to be at the range. Wait, I'm allowed to use the range?
Sure. The Elder's already given the okay. Unfortunately, you'll have to use your own weapons and ammo.
Alright. Do you know anything about a weapon that's gone missing?
Torres must be getting desperate if she's asking you for help. I'll tell you what I told her. My records show that Initiate Stanton was the last to check it out. Although, it does look like he returned it a day later.
Okay, bye.
Farewell.
I guess I should talk to Initiate Stan?
Bye.
Come on, Veronica. I'm gonna shoot my new gun at the range. This is cool. Okay, let's find that Initiate. Name is Stanton. Maybe I should check the classroom. That's where the Initiates have their lessons, right? Hello? Are you Initiate Stanton?
Yes? Can I help you?
I'm trying to help Torres find a missing laser pistol. Have you seen it around?
No. No idea. Sorry.
Wait, hey!
Yes? Can I help you?
You were the last one to check out that laser pistol, right?
Oh man, I told Watkins this wasn't gonna work. Okay, look. Watkins and I snuck out one day. She said it'd be a training exercise. Said she heard from one of the knights on patrol that there was a gulch just southeast of here with scorpions in it. I was hesitant at first, but I decided to go with her. There were scorpions out there, all right. We started using them for target practice. Before we knew it, they were surrounding us. We made a run for it, and in all the commotion, I dropped my pistol. Watkins keeps urging me to go back and get it, but that's not gonna happen. You can go outside, though, can't you? You could return the pistol to Torres and clear this whole thing up for me.
Why do the records show that the gun was turned back in then?
Oh, I sort of altered the records after we got back. That was Watkins' idea, too. That girl is nothing but trouble. Still, I haven't been exiled. Or worse, assigned to latrine cleaning duty. But I will if you don't help me find that gun.
Kids. Can I just get you another laser pistol?
No. Weapon checking protocol includes verifying the serial number of the weapon, so a different gun would be noticed. Plus, having a new gun suddenly show up would immediately point to you being the only outsider around here. No, the only way out of this is if you help me find that gun. You'll help me, right?
Okay, fine. I'll find the gun for you.
Great. When you find it, just give it to Torres and I'll be in the clear.
Don't go out again, okay?
How may I assist you?
Especially if you can't handle scorpions. I'm gonna go back down, see what else is in here. Hello. Oh, hello. This is a nice lab.
Where'd you get that Eyebot? I've never seen one modified quite like that.
Yeah, he's pretty unique.
Hard knows his life to McNamara. That's why he won't challenge him outright.
Ooh, what's this? This is a nice weapon.
Mark 16. We were a little confused by this one. It's a 40mm platform, semi-auto, good recoil system from what we can tell. I don't believe these were ever fielded, as we have no notes on the device itself. I suspect it was a prototype model. Somehow it seems to share many internal components with the light machine gun class, despite the receiver being beefed up as it has been. Those 40s are wide, but they don't seem to have a lot of kick to them. As is, I think we can get the Mark 16 back up and running. We just need to score some extra LMG parts without tearing down the ones we already have in stock. I'm going to guess that the Mod 1 bit has something to do with the adjustable stock and rail forend. Just a hunch.
Oh, it sounds difficult to repair.
How may I assist you?
Hello.
How may I assist you?
You!
Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, senior knight and general handyman around here.
Oh, wait, you're Lorenzo? Weren't you talking to me through Eddie? Didn't you want to take a look at him? No? I guess you were just trying to trick me into finding one of those patrols for you. Fuck you.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, Eddie. I love you. Even if you make weird sounds sometimes.